You're listening to RIA Radio, the nationally trusted name in real estate investing. We dig deep to discover investors' why in real estate. If you want to skip all the BS and get in investors' heads, you're in the right spot. Be one of the thousands to check out RIARadio.com. Welcome to RIA Radio. This is the Real Estate Rundown with Owen Dashner.
And Kaasch. I'm leaving you out, Aiden.
Damn.
He didn't have the hot mic anyway.
Yeah,
I did actually. I was ready this time.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I was ready this time.
I could sense his body language over there, and I knew I was just going to call an audible and stymie you.
It's like having a toy for your dog and really gonna throw it.
Yeah. You act like you throw it. That's what just happened here.
This is what we use this on the podcast.
We like to keep Aiden on his toes over there.
The best part of today's podcast was Denlin stopped by for a few minutes, and then we're like, hey, when they come in regards to Aiden, every time we give him a drink, we want a discount on our hourly service.
We pay in trade here. It's kind of a barter system with old fashions.
Dennis agreed to $10 off per drink.
Yeah, so we're expecting a big rebate. It's kind of like Menards. You get 11% off. That's how it is at RIA Radio.
I mean, it's a privilege to be able to drink and work.
That's right. All right, Tedison, what is shaking, buddy? I thought it'd be kind of fun, Ted, to let's do a breakdown, or not a breakdown, but let's do kind of an overview, a look back, if you will, on 2025.
Ooh. You know, I keep this all in my phone here of all the
Well, you're things. Way more prepared than I am because I just thought of this. So I'm gonna have to. I'll just riff like I usually do, and you have your well thought out plans like you usually do.
Yeah.
Okay. So 2025, hot take time. You look back. What do you remember? What was a good thing, bad thing? Like, how could you sum up 2025?
I mean, there's so much to talk about, but I think we talked a little bit on the year-end recap that we did. But what I will say, and something I was proud of, is I set my goals up, which I've done every year.
You're a big goal guy.
Yeah, I need it. It's like my guiding light.
Vision board,
and
goals.
I haven't had my monthly meeting with Jason Dries yet, so he's probably going to kick my ass when he finds out that I haven't put my stuff together. But what I was proud of, and I do attribute Jason to part of that, is I accomplished almost every single one of the goals I set out last year. Like coaching sports nonstop through the year, selling my 4 unit, 10,000 plus people on newsletter, doing our full day RIA Mastery event.
Yeah.
2. Family trip for Christmas. You know, I had a vision board picture and I reenacted it on the beach.
Did you?
Yes.
All right. You have to share this at some point.
Well, I don't have the vision board picture, but I have the picture that I took on the beach. It was just all of us sitting there. And on the vision board, I had it was a family sitting on the beach, all wearing Christmas hats.
Okay.
And
you took them. So you brought?
I didn't have Christmas hats, and I had them, but I forgot to bring them, to be 100 honest. But we took a picture without the Christmas hats in the same way, right there on the beach.
Hey, luckily for you, there are apps out there that can throw some Christmas hats on there pretty easily.
I did that, and the hats were not aligned.
It is so weird how it reacts sometimes when you ask them to do something.
It could not do it. But I guess I'm not going to go through all these. But the point is that I set goals, I accomplished them. Like the only ones I didn't accomplish, I guess, is what more importantly is I didn't create a CRM system, which was one of my goals because I'm really bad about like getting opportunities and then not following up with these like opportunities that come my way.
Real quick, I didn't mean to cut you off if you had more, but are you evaluating some still, or is this just kind of something that you originally had as a goal and you're not really doing?
There's one I'm looking at right now, actually. So I just started looking at it. It's custom made one, and then I just started like, okay, so I'm very big on my note system here, right?
Yeah.
By the way, the other one was 500 RIA members hit 440.
Yeah, that's good. That's still really good.
But I created this one called opportunities.
Okay.
These are just the opportunities that hit me in the last week. And so I'm like, anytime like somebody's hit me up with like deals or wanting to buy something, I'm like, I'm just going to write it down immediately. And even if like it's there.
And so you're on your iPhone. Is that just the Notes app?
Notes app, yeah.
Yeah. So you just sketch it out in there and document it.
I'm like, if Owen says I'm looking for this or Owen says I want to sell this, I'm going to write it down. And it's just going to be in there. And then until I come up with something better. But I need to put it somewhere.
Yeah, I like that.
Because I think I'm
an opportunity list, basically.
Because I guarantee you right now, if I document every time there's an opportunity, that this list alone will make me 100,000 this year.
You know what, Ted? I got to say, as much of a hard time as we give each other on this podcast, I got to say, dude, I'm super, super proud of you. Like this was a really cool, in looking in the rearview mirror, on all the things that you said, I want to do this year, and just having you knock all those out. And the fact that you kind of set up a carrot and stick type system for yourself where you said, I'm not going to drink for 7 months or whatever it was until I knock out all of these goals,
but
or the majority.
I gave myself some allowances.
Yeah.
Just for full
You weren't a psycho about it, but you'd set some good guardrails on what you wanted to accomplish and how you got there. And
Jason Dries hated me on that.
I love it. I will override him on that.
Yeah, he's like,
Owen approval.
He's like, you have set too many rules in your head, and it's not allowing you to be the person that you're supposed to be.
Oh,
which was kind of interesting because it made me think. It was actually at that moment I said, "Screw it, I'm gonna drink tonight." he goes because I'm like, I create all these rules in my head, like no joke. It's like when I quit drinking pop, I'm like, oh, okay, unless I'm having it with a cocktail, like in a cocktail mix, or I'm going to the movies, I'm not drinking pop anymore. Mm-hmm. And I did that for years. And so I do this in life with all these types of different things. And he's like, dude, he goes, you're setting up so many rules and boundaries in your head. You're not Ted anymore.
How do you feel about that?
Well, it really kind of opened me up to like some, like I'm still keeping some of them because I know they're the best for me, like especially unhealthy habits. Mm-hmm. But it was really interesting too, because it really made me examine. It's like, this is preventing you from being the alpha male that you really should be. And, that Superior Man book really kind of came into play with a lot of that. And it really, I don't know, it kind of hit home. I'm not going to lie. But it did help me get where I was last year. I made some big moves last year, and I had a really, really shitty, stressful last year.
Yeah. Well, I think, the listeners definitely got multiple earfuls of your property, the 5-unit.
Everything.
Yeah. That was basically in and out of contract pretty much most of the year.
You know what? That property, especially when I took it over, was very lucrative.
Yeah.
Very lucrative. It was like a weird feeling to sell it because it was doing so well. I mean,
plus the sentimental value of being the origin story of Rhea Radio.
I mean, just in January, not including all the money that the new buyer got, I had $5,000 in payments coming to me still that I had to transfer over. That's how much money it brought in January, which has always been the month that I couldn't cover the bills.
Hey, let me ask you something. So this is a little while ago, but so your wife and my wife are not involved really at all in our day-to-day.
My wife runs the front door of the Rhea. That's about it.
Sorry, let me clarify. In the actual investing business,
not at all.
Our spouses are not involved. So I'll talk. We have conversations. So my wife and I will talk, and I'll be like, yeah, and I'll kind of tell her what's going on, and she obviously trusts me because it's like, it'd be really hard to understand my business if you just stepped in cold and have to explain everything that I'm doing because I don't even know sometimes. But we were talking about,
more than Andrea Foley.
What?
More than Andrea Foley?
More what?
More businesses?
Oh yeah. Well, no. She's kind of she set the gold standard on that. But no. Anyway, we talk, and this is where I'm going with this. So if I sell something that I've had for a while, it's a nice payday, right? So you get the chunk of cash.
Yeah, totally.
Goes in your account, feels great, and then there's a little bit of a hangover effect after that because you're like, now what? Right? There's no more income coming in. You just killed the goose, the golden goose.
Yeah.
And that's a real thing. So you have to kind of be smart about what your plans are. And I get it.
Now I did it's small, but I did 1031 in that little car wash, which did feel like there was some sort of give take.
Sure. Yeah, no.
And I did that with that little house on Reese Street, which was a house I bought for $40,000 originally, and was able to turn that little investment of that property, which really ended up paying. I burned it and it paid back to me, and was able to buy a business with it. So
I have an idea I've been kicking around.
Ooh, I love ideas.
I haven't said this to anyone. This is hot off of
this is usually
hot off the press.
This is usually how our conversations go.
So I've mentioned this before, but I bought a vending business.
Yeah, we talked about
that for $16,000.
Yeah.
And my grandmother passed away, and I inherited. I mean, that was about it. It was basically $17,000, something like that. Not a whole lot. It was a good chunk of money for me at the time. I didn't have much.
Oh, and I own a candy machine right now, and it's sitting in
Do
the
you
laundry
really?
room. Yeah.
That a boy. I love it. So I bought a 40 location route, vending route. And I loved it, man. And you were mentioning your car wash in the upcoming episode where you made $600 in a down month.
In a down month, yeah.
Yep. And which is great. And that'll be coming out on Wednesday.
Yep.
But I made about that same thing, and it took me not that long to do. It wasn't that big of a deal. I've kicked around starting that, but not only that. So
you can just put it in all your properties.
Right. But I would do it so differently now. Like I would have somebody, I would partner with somebody and I would be the money guy.
I would make your daughter run around and film.
Dude, it is a great money-making business. Yeah. I mean, think about this. So like vending.
You think Avery or somebody?
No, I have a buddy. I have a buddy that owned a bunch of arcade games and pool tables. And he actually had those, I may butcher this, but I want to say it was either video poker or it was like those machines where you can get scratch off tickets or like the pull tab things. You know what I mean? And he got grandfathered in because he actually bought the route. It wasn't that he bought the machine and was trying to put it in, because I guess there's a lot of rules and regulations around that since it's technically gambling, the whole lottery thing or whatever.
It's legal now.
It's legal or illegal?
No, it's legal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, I've kicked around doing that. That was a fun business, and it's easy. It's not like you gotta be crazy smart to run it. It's just like you buy a vending machine, you put it in a location, and then you just collect the money. And if you have to know how to fix stuff, and supply it. But that's it. Like that's all you're doing. You're going to Sam's Club or freaking Costco and buying candy or pop or whatever it is and putting it in a machine. I don't know, man. In arcade games, there's one in Omaha, Nebraska, which is where Ted and I are. There is a company, and it's something technical services. NTS is what
NTS,
yeah. And they sell video games, and they have routes, right? So if you have a Golden Tee machine, if you go into a bar in Omaha, Nebraska, and there's a Golden Tee machine in there, odds are NTS owns it.
Totally.
So they place it in the location, and then they get a cut from whatever the take is, or they have to give a cut to the bar owner or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm just kicking around starting something like that again.
I really want to bring Dan Zimmerman back on.
Yes.
Because he's going through some partnership changes right now. So he wanted to wait till that was all finalized.
Okay.
But he's got laundromats. And in his laundromats, I believe he told me that his gambling machines are making the same amount of money, if not more, than his laundromat.
Yes, you're right. He did say that. I cannot wait to get him on again. We have to get him on.
So
Dan,
he knows. Hey, he said
you're on the hook, man. You're on the hot seat.
He already said he would be in if it wasn't for figuring out this legal stuff he's in.
All right, I cannot wait to have this conversation with him, because I've been kicking around doing it again.
Because I don't have too much to talk about like you guys, but I'm in dreaming mode right now. And I talked about this on the episode on Wednesday, but the car wash idea that I was thinking about Dan Zimmerman too, because I want to create this room in the storage unit that's there. Mm-hmm. And one of the things I was like, God, I could put a couple gambling machines there. I don't know. There's not one in that single town.
What?
Yeah.
Dude. Hey, you want to partner? I'm here. I'm just saying I'm your guy. It's your town, but if you need somebody, I'm in.
Well, because all you got to do is you cover half the winnings. And so it's 50-50 split with the company.
Is that how that works?
Yes.
Oh,
so they provide the machine, they put it in there.
I know nothing about it.
And everything, the winnings or losses are all 50-50 splits. But Dan's like, I think he was 17 grand per machine or something. Don't quote me not on those numbers, listeners, but it was something phenomenal like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, heck, if I could put in some vending, put in that, put in some other options, do something with that little space. There's so much opportunity there.
I remember when I had that candy vending route, and by the way, as a refresher,
I could just see the people parking in the lot of the car wash to go gamble.
Yes. Yeah. And Dan, the funny thing is, I'll let him tell the story as well. But he talked about one of his laundromats. He's like, I have people that are regulars that only come in to gamble. They don't do any laundry at all, and they're just coming in there. And he's talking about regular dude. Like there's like a pimp looking guy that comes in there all the time. He's like, he just comes in. He'll have a couple girls with him sometimes, and I'm just like, that is so funny.
I've talked about the things I want to get into. It's like, okay, so we know about it, and thank you to listeners that have been reaching out to me about this, because I really appreciate the leads that you've been giving me.
Yeah, and by the way, I have gotten none of that. So thank you for ignoring me completely.
I've gotten like 3 leads in 2 weeks from the listeners. So thank you.
Yeah. Anyway,
and
clearly
you talk the most.
Well, clearly there's a favorite on the podcast, and it's not me.
It's the message. I'm a people person.
Yeah.
So
Okay. All right. So, all right. I got it. I got it.
Yeah,
So
it is what it is.
my RDF is scaring people away. Is that what you're saying?
You've been so much better with your RDF the last decade.
Decades? Thank you.
Like, I don't remember, but every time I talk to somebody, like, I didn't really like Owen when I first met him. When I talk to people, and
wait, you say that or they do?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, geez, how many people don't like me out there?
No. People love you because like you've changed who you are. Like you had this like reinvention. But I remember when I met you when you were starting Red Ladder, and I'm like, that guy's kind of a prick, and I like Brandon, and I remember meeting you at a coffee shop and meeting you for the first time. And you know this, we talked about this numerous times. But yeah, hey, fast forward, like Owen's one of my best friends. But you like had a moment, I think, somewhere in your life where you're like, hey, I need to be somebody different. You became like a networker and a community person, a person that gives back. Like you had this huge transition in your life.
Really?
I don't know what it was. Like you would have to answer that, but like you went from like this guy that was just like arrogant, cocky, and really kind of like really like just overly straightforward. You know this, and then but
I don't remember arrogant and cocky being mentioned there. I just remember resting dick face as.
No, you just weren't very nice. and then but you like I think you had a realization moment, maybe you didn't notice it, that you completely like turned this whole new leaf, and to a point where it's actually astonishing. I want to be able to just like be able to just flip on a dime like that, because like you are like you put yourself out there to a point where now like you're probably one of the most liked people in our community, period.
Wow. I mean, I don't even know what to say to that. Maybe I really appreciate you saying that, but
maybe it's the coffee side. Like when you did all those coffee meetings, maybe that was the moment that you like started changing. Like, hey, I'm going to put myself out there and open myself up and bring people into my circle. Maybe that was the moment. I don't know. I really wish you knew what that change was so that you could talk about it.
Okay. I've never really talked much about this.
Yeah.
I had a really, really tough conversation with was one of my best friends for a long time. And I had one of those, I had one of those moments where it was like somebody knows you really well and they give you feedback, like, and you're great about that. And it's kind of a love-hate thing. Like, I love that we have that relationship where you can tell me.
You do it to me all the time.
Yeah, I know. And I love that, but it's like hard to hear sometimes,
Totally.
But I had one of my best friends, like, we had a really tough conversation where he told me that I was always the one reaching out and wanting, asking to do stuff. And I kept getting, like, oh, I have this going on. I have this going on.
I'm a community builder for my friends group, my old school friends group.
Yeah.
So
so anyways, I'm not going to bore you with the whole story, but it was a awakening moment for me where I realized a lot of things that I didn't like about myself that I was not really consciously aware of. But when a light got shown on it, I was like, I felt horrible about myself, about people like him in particular. And the gist of it was like how I was coming across, and to your point, and that was the moment.
Wow. And that was in the last
that was probably, I don't know, 7 years ago, something like that. It's 5, 6 years ago.
That was probably
5 years ago, maybe.
And I probably met you about 8 or 9 years. When did you start Red Ladder?
Oh man, I think it's 2017.
Yeah,
it was right around that time.
I met you right at the beginning of Red Ladder.
It might have been. It was right around that time, because I remember this was we went golfing and we were talking. And I'm like, man, I haven't seen you forever, and this and that, and we hadn't seen each other in a long time. And we were golfing, and we just started that conversation. And he told me a lot of things he didn't want to tell me, but I kept pressing him on it, and I ate it. You know what I mean? I was like, I didn't know what to say, and I felt like such a piece of crap that I was like, I am not that guy. Mm-hmm. That's not how I see myself. And the fact that somebody that's one of the closest people in my life to me said those things about me, that was really hard for me.
Well, I think a lot of people that
and embarrassing and all of it.
I think a lot of people that are in your circle now didn't know you 2017 prior.
True. That's very, very true. Yeah. Because my whole circle is completely different.
Because I do not talk about this very often, by the way, but like it came up randomly at the RIA, at the after drinking event a couple weeks ago.
Was that when the arm wrestling match broke out?
Yes. And
Aiden participated.
I was talking to somebody, and props to you for kicking all of our asses.
I did
probably just take the props. And long story short, I was talking to somebody there, and I was like, talking about our friendship and how close we are, and they love our connections,
Yeah.
I'm like, it's funny because I didn't really like Owen when I first met him. And they're like, what? And I'm like, you don't know that. I go, that Owen was not this Owen. Like this Owen is like friendly, fun, like charismatic. Everybody wants to be around him, but that Owen was not that guy at the time. And I remember when we were starting a podcast, like I saw new Owen because I was like, when I was coming up with this idea, because I'm like, God, Owen is the number one person to have on here because everybody loves Owen. I mean, that tells you right then at that point in 2020, 2021, how big of a change you made.
I don't even know how to here's what
it's like. You give me props and I get all freaked out about it.
Ted, here's the deal. I was really insecure to the point where I didn't realize it, but I really was. Yeah, and I was trying to paint myself in a light that just wasn't accurate.
In the end, I can only give you props because I think the person that you become is a phenomenal person.
Dude,
so,
thank you.
There you go.
All right, bromance over.
Done. This is like people listen to the bigger pockets and they're like, and they listen to them go back and forth a few times.
No, but I loved what you did in 2025. I look back on that time and I'm not crying. I'm actually, I'm joking on my old fashioned for real.
No, he's crying.
But anyway, I know you're getting uncomfortable, so I'll
no, I'm fine. Yeah.
But man, that was a great year. Yeah. I'm really proud of what you did, and you talked about it a lot.
I'm very proud of it, to be honest with you.
You were really vulnerable, and you put a lot of stuff out there, and you followed through, and that was kick-ass.
I'm personally proud of myself for the accomplishment I made on 2025. You had one of your best years ever.
Yeah,
and so it was like the most stressful, but one of the most pivoting years.
2024 was probably my worst year ever in real estate.
Funny thing is, in 2024, I thought I was going to have my best year ever, but then my partner went sideways.
Yeah. Yeah, 2024 to 2025 was a huge difference. And I will say I have a really positive outlook for 2026 and beyond, just mindset-wise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is going to be a good year.
Well,
it's going to be a great year.
Andrew Devlin's coming in March for All About Mindset.
Yes.
Are you going to go to that?
I did. Hey, we did not plan this, despite how it sounds. But
I'm good at that.
Yeah, you are. But that's a good time.
I just booked his flight yesterday.
So Andrew Devlin, he was a banger of an episode. One of the handsomest people we've had on the podcast. And Tony Stark look like
he's coming in the day before. And so
can't wait.
Yeah.
Can I hang? Can I be?
I hope so.
Can I be a plus one?
I hope wheel? So. Yeah. Hopefully you can help MC that event. That'd be fun.
Yeah. I'm down. And we have no. This is going to air. Sorry, I forgot the
delay.
Yeah, but we're gonna have we had if you're catching this
your business partner.
Yes, Chris Pomerleau, who always kills it. So I'm sure he did an awesome job in this event.
He already sent me his presentation.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Okay, so kind of in this path of talking about goals and where we're going.
Yep.
So I've been doing the Titan Mastermind group. With Vince and Colin. I got to make a decision what I'm going to do here because they came to a point where you got to pay to move forward.
Okay.
And the crazy part is I thought I was helping out with the events and that there was some trade there. No, that wasn't the case.
They're like, we don't deal in barter like your podcast does.
So I got to boil down if I'm gonna pay to play or not. But he's like, hey, you really need. One thing that Vince told me in my 2-hour meeting with him is he's like, you really need to break down your numbers per business and per month. You need to dive into this harder.
Mm-hmm.
So I hired Michael Fried's girlfriend, Nikki, to be the bookkeeper, breaking down my numbers per business, per property, per month, and review them at the end 1 week after every month.
Mm-hmm.
And that will start in the first week of March. So just really a deep dive and then bouncing my sheets, which is a whole new world for me. And I think I need that to be able to properly succeed and make the right decisions. Plus, if I see something is failing, I know personally I will step it up. I also I have one Airbnb now, and I pay for Price Labs, and I really dived into the Price Labs program. I spent like 2 hours on it last night alone. Hired this analysis where actually like uses an AI bot, and it actually analyzes your property and grades you in like 10 different categories.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then so I went through and fixed all the categories, changed my name, changed my description, working on my photos. And it's like, oh, but also, I don't think this is right on your amenities. It actually goes through every line. I'm like, yep, you're right. That's wrong. That's wrong. Like it was like shared back space, for instance. And it wasn't a shared space. It's a private, space.
Oh, okay.
And so like I did all these changes, and it gives me a report now every week. So I'm gonna start. I'm like trying to like really like hone in on my Airbnb so I can maximize what I have. The one thing I suggest is like you should definitely get a hot tub.
Oh,
and I built the area for the hot tub. I even got power right now. I just don't have the hot tub. I have the fencing. I have the pad. I have everything done.
Yeah.
I just haven't, because I wanted to make sure the property had the money before I bought the hot tub.
Have you done? I'm just curious. I have been in hot tubs. I just don't. I've had a hot tub at a previous house, but they're really high maintenance.
I've had
the pH levels and all that, and cleaning them.
I've had a hot tub at every single property I've ever owned, except my current one. Now we have a pool.
Yeah. Which is great.
Oh God. But I was talking to Austin, which we talked before, and he has a hot tub at every Airbnb he has. Mm-hmm. And what he does is he has a chemical kit in a Ziploc baggie, and then he asks.
Oh, he has the guests do it?
He has the guests drop it in when they're at the end of their stay.
Genius. And
yeah,
so that's super smart.
It's a pre-done chemical kit.
I never even thought of that.
Yeah. And then he has a company that goes out every 2 weeks.
Okay.
And I'll probably do that.
Yep.
But it looks like by just having a hot tub, I can get $50 to $100 more a night.
A night? You should do that today.
But the problem is I'm next to a Section 8 15-story apartment complex that looks right down on it.
Yeah.
So the whole yard is fenced, and it's a huge yard.
Yep.
And then I created the pad, and I actually fenced that off.
Okay.
But I might have to put some sort of
locking. A pergola or maybe a little roof.
I need to do that too, because right now when you're out in the backyard, they all stare at you through the window.
Oh, that's creepy.
Super weird.
Yeah.
So if I build this, I need to think of
put some thought in it.
Yeah, and it's gonna need some sort of cover, and I need to have a second layer of sectioning off the hot tub from the yard.
Mm-hmm.
So I need almost put one more fence in.
Yeah.
So it's like if I already have a fence.
Is this your little bow place?
Okay. It's the only one I got left. Yeah. So it's like I have a fenced area inside a fenced-in area already.
Yeah. Fence inside a fence inside a fence.
Yeah. It's stupid. But I don't want randoms getting up in there.
Yeah.
So
getting up in there.
Or I put a locking cover on and then the keys on the inside.
Yeah, you could do that. I do like the idea of some type of a blinder or
even if it's like one of those overhangs. You've seen those professional overhangs where it's I don't know, it's kind of like a cover of some sort.
Right.
It's fabric.
Yeah.
So I got to figure out what to do, but I need to do that before I go forward with this.
Huh. Interesting.
But I've had the worst winter at that property that I've ever had in the last 2 years. Like December, I had one booking for a weekend.
Oof.
In the year before the December, I was booked almost the whole entire month.
You did jack your prices.
I have dropped it.
Oh, have you? Okay.
They are almost half of last year.
Dang.
And the only thing I can come up with different is last year I decorated the whole entire house for Christmas. And then I posted the Christmas pictures.
Oh.
And I'm like, that had to be the difference.
Interesting. That's weird.
Yeah. But it was such a crazy December and November for me that I didn't do the decorations.
Hey, all this, talk about stuff that we have and we do has kind of led me to think about today's golden nugget. So 2026, I'm branding this. Ted, you ready for this? I'm going to make a statement.
Ooh, I love it.
This year, 2026.
Yes.
Here's where I'm going with this. So when you look to buy something in real estate, you look at operating expenses, income, like all that stuff, right? What tends to fall by the wayside sometimes is after you already own it. Mm-hmm. And you tend to be looking over the horizon at the next deal, and you forget about what you actually already have.
And maximizing it.
Yes.
Yes.
And what you're talking about is doing exactly that.
Yeah.
And I have been.
That's a difference between having a small portfolio and a large portfolio.
That is true. However, it's still doable. Totally. I think if, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? So I think this year has been I've just come to a realization, like, especially at how tough the market has been, and it's a lot harder to crank out cash flow on things and so forth. But I have been neglecting a lot of stuff I already own in optimizing and eliminating waste and just getting my crap together with that property. So this is the year of dialing in on stuff I already own and operating expenses and cutting the fat. That's what this year's about, and maybe picking up a deal or two.
I think I'm actually really good at looking at things with an open eye because I've done that for clients in the past. Like walk into I've had clients that sold apartment buildings too, and I walk into them like, hey, I'm looking at the laundry and I'm looking at the doors and the locking systems and how the hallways look and giving my opinion on it. Most times they don't listen to me, but when the ones that have it actually has maximized.
Yeah.
So if you want me to
consult,
if you want me to do a free consult for the first time and see if I can improve, let me know.
Okay, actually, I want a free consult right here. I'm going to tell you about a scenario that I'm dealing with right now. Okay. So I had somebody send me, and they're not even affiliated with this property at all. They just know I own it. They sent me a screenshot of Council Bluffs Scanner, do you follow him at all?
I follow Omaha Scanner, but
like,
I get it.
There's all kinds of, it's cringy and funny and all the stuff and like tragic and whatever.
So if you're a listener, it's everything that's going on as far as
it's a scanner. So a police scanner is basically what it is.
Yes.
So it tells you like crimes that are going on in various places and whatever. So I got a screenshot of one that said my property address, homeless person came in, was pestering the residents, was trying to sleep in the basement, this and that, right? Here's the problem we have with this place. It's a locked door. Like the door is...
That's the place you've been trying to sell.
No.
Okay.
The door will shut on... It has an auto close on it, right?
Yeah.
It's a heavier door. But a lot of this happened way before we bought it. But the tenants have been propping the door open with like a little piece of wood or a brick or whatever, and they just leave it that way.
Because they have guests coming in.
Yes. Or they get deliveries or packages or whatever reason.
Yeah.
Or they forget their keys, whatever. But yes, so this has been habit for a long time, right? And before we even stepped foot. And this, unfortunately, is a 40-unit building that is all connected. So it's like there's building A, B, C, D, E, all the way down to H, but it's all one, right? So you can literally, you get in one, you can probably go to a whole, like most of them, except for building H. Anyway, my point being, what do you do there? Because we've been talking about this with our property manager and like security cameras. Yes, obviously, we already have those.
It sounds like the only thing that's going to fix that is some sort of communication system where it buzzes in the people that avoid them blocking the door.
But how do you prevent tenants from just doing that, propping the door open when they've done it forever?
Yeah, I mean, by putting...
You can't.
You can if they have a system that allows people to buzz people in. Or like a code system of some sort.
But then you're talking wiring all the apartments down
with this world, you couldn't do something in Wi-Fi? There's
maybe
got to be something out there, and if not, if there isn't something out there for that, you should create that business. Because
anyway, we're just struggling with that because we're like, okay, we can inform all the tenants, like, hey, by the way, don't do this. There's people getting in, blah 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 blah, and then it only takes one, right? Like it only takes one, and it only takes it at the wrong time. We had a dryer stolen out of a common area. Who steals an appliance? That is like, like if you're going to steal something, are you going to go in there and haul out a dryer, Aiden? What do you say? Like I'm going for something that's easily sellable and smaller, right? Like more valuable. You're talking scrap metal and picking it up. I mean, like it's pretty conspicuous. It's not like you can just throw that on your shoulder and roll down the street to the pawn shop. I mean, you got to like get a dolly and do the whole thing. Anyway, so I'm going to hire you to consult me on what I should do on that property. That's your first job.
Yeah.
I will pay you one old fashioned unless I spill it.
Yeah, so you bring me in that unit. I'll give you my opinion. If I can actually produce income for you based on my opinions, then you can hire me to look at your rest years.
It sounds like you're going to produce expenses for me, not income.
Well, does the expenses fix your headache?
That's fair. That's fair. But anyway, so that's yeah, and I get it. And here's the thing that sucks, man. Like I've never been homeless. I cannot imagine what it's like to be that way. And you just want to be warm and safe and have a roof over your head, right? So I have a heart for that, but at the same time, it's private property and it's a safety issue and all that.
There's a business. Your donations can go towards that.
Sure. Yes.
Yeah, it looks like there's a few options out there right now.
Okay. Ted is actively searching right now for me.
Eliminating the need to go to the door. These systems cost around $750 per door.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah, often you use a Wi-Fi or cellular network.
There's a lot of doors. Okay, we'll table that for now. That's a good tip, and a topic I think that anybody that owns multifamily, especially larger multifamily, has probably dealt with at some point. I have a couple of properties just like this.
I was moving forward with it. I didn't finish the idea, but my little 5-unit I had, I was like, they're all Airbnbs.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up buying all these Google Nest cameras. Yeah. And then I bought these Google Nest Wi-Fi hubs.
Yeah,
and
you've complained about them a lot.
But I didn't. That was on my own house. But I ended up not putting them in the end.
Okay.
I ended up putting them in my own house, put them in all the bedrooms and another Airbnb. But originally my idea was to put these Google Nest cameras on, which I was picking up for $100. And I had the hubs I picked up for $100.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, unit 1, buzz it. And it rings their hub, which should be on the wall.
Okay.
Okay.
I got you.
And then I had a video of them wanting to come in.
Interesting. All right.
But it didn't buzz them in, but it eliminated part of the issue.
Yeah. Well, in summation here, good work on 2025.
You too.
Positive outlook on 2026.
Yeah.
We're going to kick ass.
I feel lighter.
Yeah. And by the way, quick reminder, we have an upcoming event, which is in
June 24th.
June 24th.
Yep.
Fernando Angelucci.
Yes.
Flying in to drop bombs of knowledge on self-storage. You guys.
Maybe we bring Fernando in for another follow-up with him to kind of tee up the event.
Nice. I like it. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see if we can do that. Fernando Angelucci, one of my personal top 5 episodes out of 288 that we have now done. And Stud, self-storage stud. That is his handle, or the storage stud.
Yeah.
Sorry. You'll probably get taken wild ways on the internet if you Google that. But anyway, he's amazing dude. We cannot wait to have him in. It's going to be a one-man show on this event, and he's going to talk all things self-storage, and it's going to be a banger.
And on Wednesday's episode, we have your business partner, my good friend, Andrea Foley.
This was such a fun conversation, 2 hours worth, and you're welcome for that, by the way. So hang with us because she describes... So if you're in real estate, but you also like business, this is your episode. Save this one. It's going to be a favorite.
We've had a couple good, strong women on here.
Yes. Lately. And she is, she's one of my favorite people in the world. I can't wait for you guys to listen to the episode. This is a follow-up to episodes 10 and 22 that she has previously been on Rio Radio.
Our quest to revisit a lot of the top 25, our first 25 episodes.
For sure. And I mean, she's a completely different person now. And has done so many things in the 4 years since we had her on. Mm-hmm. Tune into that episode and save it because there is so much good stuff in there about running businesses, buying businesses, building businesses, real estate, hotel conversions, car washes, you name it. She's done literally everything you can think of.
If you guys have heard Owen talk about the Branson project for years now, which you have, and you've been listening to it.
I haven't talked about it that much.
We probably have about 20 hours of content on it.
Oh, that's
over 3 years. That might be true. This is kind of like the end of it. This is like telling you where it's ended after all these years. And it's like all those questions you had to ask, it finally comes here.
Well, and it's nice getting her perspective on this too, because my take is a different perspective. So yeah. It kind of ties up all the loose ends. So you're welcome. This is with a bow on it. You're welcome.
I didn't mention this podcast, but kind of fun thing is out of all the real estate couples that I know, out of my close friend group, Andrea and Axel are the only ones that we really do date nights with.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, good for you guys.
We did in the Baiters.
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't get jealous.
I'm good.
I see the jealousy right there.
Yeah. No, I'm fine. I'm fine with it. You guys have fun.
Yeah, it is fun. And they're good people. And I was just kind of giving a point though that they're great people and they're great people inside and out, business and personal.
Yep.
So, but with that, Owen Dashner, see us out.
On behalf of Aiden Bear, Rio Radio, and Ted Kaasch, you've been listening to the Real Estate Rundown. Sign off.